Howdy folks, it's the Creepy Kentuckian here with you from Dead Pit Radio. Today we have a really interesting one to take a look at from our good friends over at Second Sight Films. Back in the day, when we were doing the original Dead Pit Radio show, we were kind of in the middle of that French extreme horror goodness that came out. You know, High Tension was like the first big one, I think, and then Martyrs, and then Inside, and then a movie like Frontiers, which is what we're talking about today. This one from 2007 caused a big stir. Lionsgate was a part of this thing called the 8 Films to Die For, the After Dark Horror Fest, and it was a great concept that never really worked out. A lot of independent films, movies that were deserving of a theatrical release would now get the chance with the After Dark Horror Fest. Well, Xavier Jin's movie from 2007, Frontiers, this movie was rated NC-17 from the Motion Picture Association of America. And this movie, one of the original 8 Films to Die For, was taken away. And it eventually made a DVD appearance on the line. But this one never had the wide U.S. theatrical run as a part of that 8 Films to Die For. Now we fast forward 16, 17 years later, Second Sight Films has given the deluxe treatment to Xavier Jin's and his classic movie, Frontiers. It's a uber-violent gore fest. So we're going to take a look at this twisted, dark and disturbing movie from 2007, and then take a look at this deluxe box set limited edition from Second Sight Films. In the extreme French horror thriller Frontiers, the movie is set in the near future and follows 5 robbers who flee from Paris to go deep into the French countryside to hide out and plan where to go next. And they stumble upon a hostel with a strange family, end up being Nazis, but not just Nazis, folks. They are Nazi cannibals. And now it's a fight for survival with tons of brutality and carnage along the way. Lots of pigs as well. These are some hardcore cannibals. They do want to preserve the bodies with salt. Right? Or is it a brine? What do they call that? I don't know. Uber violent, kind of a better version of the Eli Roth Hostel movie, which came out around the same time. I enjoyed the movie. Now, I don't think it's as violent and gory as a lot of other films around that time. Martyrs and Inside in particular, way more brutal and gory than this. Although Xavier Jins does a fantastic job as a filmmaker in this movie. Some of the visuals in this, and if you watch the documentaries and interviews and stuff included on this, it'll give you a good idea of just how meticulous his filmmaking is and how he's got a clear vision of what he wants to see in the movie, and definitely delivers it here with Frontiers. You can clearly tell the plot of this movie, and a lot of shots from this movie in particular. Huge influence was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974. If you're a fan of Texas Chainsaw, then you'll want to check this out. It is kind of almost an updated version of that film. And this is like the second or third time we've watched this. We reviewed this back when the Lionsgate DVD came out originally, and that review's up on our Patreon page. It's good to go back and take a look at a movie after all these years, because I think there were a lot of hype surrounding this movie in 2007, 2008. Everyone wanted to know what the big deal was. Why was this banned from the After Dark Horror Fest lineup? Had a lot of that going for it. And at the time, I don't know if a movie like that could live up to the expectations that we had. Going back and revisiting the film now, I enjoy it much more. Now, this is a French film, so there are subtitles throughout the movie. If you're like Garrett, who pretty much admits that he doesn't like to read when he's watching a movie, and there's others that are like that too. But there isn't a whole lot of dialogue in this, though, honestly. And the mood and the atmosphere and the cinematography in this is second to none. I think it's a very special movie. And Xavier Gens had an amazing vision that he accomplished quite well with Frontiers. Now, this release is a brand new Blu-ray box set limited edition from Second Sight Films. It's in the lovely hard box that we all know and love. It is jam-packed full of special features, audio commentaries, reinventing the extreme. It's a brand new interview with Xavier Gens. Going Method, a new interview with the lead actress Karina Testa. A Light in the Dark, a new interview with actor Maud Forget. Lights, Camera, Fear, a new interview with the cinematographer Laurent Barras. Sounds of Violence, a brand new interview with the composer Jean-Pierre Taïb, who does a fantastic job in this. The music and the score in this works really well. There's the old school making of. There is some short films, trailers, storyboard comparisons. It's absolutely packed. There's lots of goodies in this. And lovely hard box from our good buddies at Second Sight Films. You open up the box, take out all the contents. Now, this is a Blu-ray. I watched this upscaled on a brand new 4K region-free Blu-ray player, and it looks fantastic. Looks great. I think this is the only time this thing has ever come out in HD from our good friends at Second Sight. The transfers on their stuff always look fantastic. Inside of the case, just your standards Blu-ray. It isn't like a smoke gray Blu-ray case, which I really like. And as usual in these limited editions, Second Sight has included some art cards. I think it's a total of 6 art cards, which we'll try to showcase here for you guys, featuring a lot of the cast of the movie. That dude right there does a fantastic job in the movie. Total 6 different art cards here. These are extremely high quality as well. Definitely frameable if you ever wanted to do that. Also included is a 70-page booklet with film essays on the making of the movie. Some cool photos as well. Second Sight does this better than anybody. I always go through and flip through and read through some of this stuff while I'm watching a movie. I'm kind of like that. Second Sight, man, has that smell too. Ooh, that smell. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I love the smell of the books that they have. So that is it for the review, guys. Frontiers gets the highest recommendation from the Creepy Kentuckian. If you are a fan of movies like High Tension, Martyrs, and Inside, Frontiers is one you'll definitely want to add to the list of the extreme French horror movement from the early to mid 2000s. Frontiers, the limited edition Blu-ray box set, is out now from our good friends at Second Sight Films. Check it out and be sure to check us out. We're over at deadpit.com. Give us a thumbs up.
Up your butt.
Like, subscribe. And if you subscribe, here's something else you can do. Once you subscribe, you can click the bell notification, right? And it'll notify you anytime that Dead Pit puts up new shit.
Or don't. I really don't give a if you do or
I
don't.
want you to. I want you to.
I don't care.
Let's keep our community growing here on YouTube.
I don't like it. I don't want you to touch nothing.
Listen, they need to do that, pal.
No, don't you dare touch it.
Thumbs up. Subscribe. And click that bell.
There's all kinds of wonderful shirts over at shop.deadpit.com. Simply the best horror shirts. On TeePublic, there are others, but they all suck. You can get some Dead Pit radio shirts. You can get Last South on the Left. The Hills Have Eyes. Texas Chainsaw. Oh, wait, you can't say Texas Chainsaw. All kinds of shirts, folks. You're gonna love them. shop.deadpit.com.
Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. Dead Pit on Patreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old Dead Pit radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows, fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. Dead Pit on Patreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1.